Hello to the gamers, we're back. Slay the Spire. Ascension level 8. Have not really had a chance to tackle A19 on my phone yet, so I'm coming in pretty fresh today, feeling pretty good. You know, I'm actually going to pause. I'm going to get some water. It's been a while since I had a drink of water. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, NL. I was watching your streams or some compilations of the streams. I heard you talking some smack about nectarines. Well, I'm happy to report that I took your technology, your tricks. I took my nectarines out of the fridge. I let them ripen on the counter. They were hidden, man. In the fridge, it was like eating like a peach-flavored pear. Not bad, but not, you know, intensely enjoyable. But when they ripened on the counter, they were like, it was like eating a peach-flavored plum. And I'm starting to understand the appeal of a nectarine. Maybe apricots are next. I don't know. We're breaking down lots of barriers in the fruit industry lately. I'm still a Cosmic Crisp main, but the nectarines do go crazy. Honestly, I don't really love any of these choices. I'm going to take basically the mango. I'm going to take the 14 extra HP. On the bright side, it maybe helps us tank an extra elite early. It looks like we're only getting 2 at like the best of times, but... and it'll make subsequent rests better, right? Because like it heals you by a percentage of your HP. But all in all, I prefer to get like either a relic or something that actually augments the character of my deck. I.e. a card. I don't know why I phrased it in such a Poindexter-ish way. Give me a sweeping beam early. Give me some damage. Give me the means to deal with some early game detritus. Some of those early game encounters with multiple enemies are very annoying. And you may have noticed, or maybe not as well, but you notice I changed my pathing a little bit. I used to basically 100% just take the fewest possible encounters. There's a temptation there, but skim I think is kind of always good. Now, I don't always take question marks. Sometimes I'm like, it's good early. I think I'm starting to realize it's good early sometimes to skip question marks in favor of fighting enemies. Beautiful draw here. That way, you get more damage cards to add to your deck, so when you inevitably fight enemies or elites, you're not just dealing with strikes, defends, and then, like, you know, curses or whatever you had going on from the cards that you received up to that point. So, I'm feeling good so far. I've upgraded my Zap. I've upgraded my dual cast. We have a sweeping beam, which makes life a little bit easier against the lads here. I'm personally going to choose to tank the 10 damage to possibly kill this sentry before they get to attack, but if they do, great. If we do, great. If we don't, well, life goes on. I've been feeling like, certainly not that we're playing perfect Slay the Spire. That would be ridiculous, but I've been feeling pretty good about my Slay the Spire performance lately. I mean, we went A2, or did we start on A? We went A1 to A8 with like just a couple of losses. Well, I guess we might as well. That weren't even like, you know, we'd lose on Act 1 and then, you know, make it back on the next attempt within the very same video. Is this even... Are you supposed to be on this character? Strike dummy, cards containing strike deal 3 additional damage? Oh, but Electrodynamics makes me not so upset. That's like my favorite card to get early. LeBron James, that's my favorite saying. I'll dual cast it. I'll play a defend. I'm like, unless we get like Prism, which could be funny at least, I don't think we can do anything with that, man. I don't think we got any cards. I guess that's not true. Obviously, we have cards with strike in the name. They're called strike. Good point. I would skip this. And I don't need the shop, we just don't have the gold to make it work. Mercury Hourglass, kind of interesting. I don't really want to fight the mushrooms. I'm going to take the heal with the parasite. We can afford... I mean, it sucks to have the curse, but we can remove it. And also we can afford the HP that we lose from it anyway because of basically the mango that we got for starting the game with 0 gold. So we do need electrodynamics, yeah. You should play electrodynamics, and then probably just a 9 damage strike, I think, because we don't want to skim some cards that we want to see. And I think it's, get this out here, get that out here, smack you pretty good. We're going to take some damage. I just felt like if I fought the mushrooms, I wouldn't feel as confident. So close. I wouldn't feel as confident fighting the elite. And I mean, you can't avoid the elite on this path, so it just made sense to me to go through with it. So I would like to... Horn Cleat is pretty good. Regen Potion's pretty nice. I do like Charge Battery. I do want more orbs, though. Actually, you know what? Static Discharge might work nice with Electrodynamics. Let me see what we're cooking with here. I think we have enough damage. I'm not really sweating, like, taking the same cards every time. Like, I think a Compile Driver could be nice for us. You know, if it works, don't fix it. Keep it simple, stupid. Other various such vague platitudes. With no self-repair, I'm gonna buck the trend and say we don't need to play Electrodynamics. If we get self-repair, then you play Electrodynamics there 100%, but... What a beautiful dual cast. I'm feeling pretty good about where we're at, honestly. Now, let's upgrade. I would love to... Oh, 1 second. I've received a text message. You know what's important. I got my ringer on. It's from my mom. It says, love you. I didn't need to share that. I'm just flexing, I suppose. I apologize. Let's upgrade Static Discharge. But overall, I definitely want Electrodynamics upgraded as well. And I think where we're going to find out what this run's going to look like is going to be if we beat this boss. We should pop this, probably. If we beat this boss, we'll see what the boss card is. You're not going to split yet, so we'll wait a turn. Because, I mean, I said I'm not self-conscious about... You're going to split either way. We might as well attack you. I said I'm not self-conscious, but I am kind of hoping, I guess, that we don't just have another Echo Form simply because I guess it is a little played out. Maybe I am a little embarrassed. Am I going to die? All right, this would sting. You're doing 36 damage. You know, I need to pop the regen potion just to stay alive. Maybe I didn't because you got split, but... I'm not gonna cry about it. I was scared, man. I thought we were in a world of hurt. And I'm sure because we're on the Ascension where, like, you don't heal fully after each boss fight, maybe the extra HP we're getting from the regen potion actually does make, like, a difference. Maybe. I would like to play... Oh, listen. Obviously I could kill you, but I was kind of hoping I could get the heal out of it instead, but life goes on. It's another Echo Form. Honestly, I think I'm gaslighting myself to think that you don't want to see another run with Echo Form. I think if, you know, with Slay the Spire as the Ascensions go higher, it's not an automatic win. Whatever it gives you, you take it, man. Because trust me, I'll be rooting for that once we get to Ascension 19, like I'm at on my Samsung Galaxy right now. It's always nice to have the extra energy, of course, but I do think it's also an interesting... I'm tempted to just convert 3 defense because we got Strike Dummy, but probably be happier converting 2 defense and a strike. Or maybe this is a situation where we're happy to have Sozu, but I do like potions, man. Okay, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna do a strike and 2 unupgraded defense. We got a Static Discharge, a Recursion, and a Charge Battery. That's good. I was worried we were taking too much block out of the deck. So to have received block in return feels good. Now I'm gonna hit you with something a little spicy here. I'm not sure how confident like I should be feeling. That's nice. But it's possible we could fight 3 elites on this floor. That's nasty. If by taking this path, we could fight 3 elites. One of the elites will be supercharged. But I feel like electrodynamics, because it widens your ability to attack encounters, I feel like that works super well against Act 2 elites, where like Book of Pain is just one guy. That's going to be annoying. But the other 2 elites are basically like AoE, more or less. I think it's a skip. And like, I'll tell you, I feel like I'm in a bit of a different world. I'm like embarrassed that I have a 17 card deck because I want to have more cards in my deck, and that's rare for me. I'm just thinking about how I want to play this. Am I insane to think the right play is avoid electrodynamics and just play your upgraded static discharge? We'll summon like 12 lightning off of this. That seemed like the right thing to do. So I'd love to add a self-repair. I'd love to add a glacier. Cool-headed is kind of like, you know, the poor man's glacier, I suppose. I do think we could possibly rock another cool-headed. Those frost orbs are really going to help us against like Book of Pain. Also a great card to double up on. And I can still, I mean, hologram's great, but I don't know what I'd be bringing back. Most of my best cards are powers right now. I could remove a card. I guess I would remove a basic defend. And I might start removing my strikes, but you got to remember they are upgraded as well. You know what? Go down to 80 HP. I think this is a good play. Sure, we lose the mild synergy from Strike Dummy. By having these bites allows us to heal. If we don't get self-repair, I think we'd be happy to have that. And lots of great upgrade targets, which I think is positive. I'm going to start with the extra lightning. Echo is like, you probably want to do it before you think you need it, but I'm not doing that, obviously. So, let's zap. I think this is a zap. Electro. Static. So we're going to get hit. Don't get that twisted. We could play one more zap. And maybe that means we take a little less... we take one less hit from this guy. That went fine, I think. Pen Nib. Cultist Potion. We're not really Blizzard posting here, I think. I think we leave this one. And then... This is the possibility coming home to roost, man. We might be able to get 3 elites on this floor. And I normally consider the second floor as like the hardest one to... Yeah, do it. Is the hardest one to kill elite. Well, maybe not the hardest one to kill elites, but the hardest one to kill bosses on. You already know what I'm looking for. Like a glacier would go crazy, sure. I also think it would go crazy to get some defrags. And apart from that, I'm just kind of flying blind, which is not rare for a guy like me. Sorry, cool-headed is better than Echo here. I stand by it. We're blocking 12. If we're blocking 12, send that out there. If anything, we should be playing our bites. But we didn't draw any that turn. Please tell me this does enough. Oh, it does enough. It's done more than enough. I do... Just because it's upgraded, I want to take that Melter. Extra strength, never hurt. Okay, let me look at this for a second. I could skip 2 elites. I'm just worried... I don't think we have the block necessary to deal with Book of Pain nicely. So I do think I can spend my HP here instead. We got Necronomicon. Your first 2-cost attack will play twice. You might think it sucks because we don't have any 2-cost attacks. I would kind of agree with you right now. But now if we find the 2-cost attack, I mean... It's on. I'm feeling a little scared about this one. Can I tell you what I sort of am feeling right now, without it coming across hopefully like sour grapes or something like that. I'm feeling like, because this one's not over, but I'm feeling like we should have taken Sozu. Because the extra energy to enable us, especially on the turn in which we draw Echo Form, to actually play it, I feel like could be transformative. But we could also maybe fix that with our deck, if not with a relic. First card you play gets played twice. Let's err on the side of bringing back as much HP as possible. And there might be a world in which I can farm you. Like, if I can put up as much block as you're doing damage, I think I just killed you. And maybe not. But if I can put up as much block as you're doing damage, and then play bites afterwards, like, there might be something to it. Like, I could have killed you there, but I don't want to kill you. I want you to... Oh, you got killed by the lightning anyway, because it evoked... Oh. It's pretty tempting to take a storm, but I'm going to pass. Okay. I'm going to smith, and I'm gonna get Echo Form leveled before we need it, and then possibly I rest. Oh, that's very nice, too. Orange pellets to purge debuffs actually seems like a great call right now. It's something like Ball Lightning could be good too, but let's not ignore the pellets, okay? And resting is a prelude to losing, so I'm cognizant of that. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, we got to do something. We drew our curse. That might be like ideal, man. This would be a great turn to draw Echo Form because we have the Horn Cleat. So if we could just draw Echo Form, that's not going to happen, huh? How about a static discharge so we can summon a bunch of lightning? Melter? I mean, Melter's a good card, don't get me wrong. Actually, we're not going to summon any lightning now, so we might as well play Recursion. And, I mean, I'll just melt you so I can get started here. I'm trying to think of what attack... Like, a Sunder might be, like, the best attack we could get that would work with what we're trying to work with, which is Necronomicon, essentially. I really took 2 upgraded static discharges, huh? I don't even think it's bad. It's just like... we should probably ice you anyway, even if we can't play Electrodynamics. And Pen Nib plus Necronomicon, I mean, in the right hands, that's got to be very powerful technology, right? You're going to drop Echo Form into my hand when I kill you, but that is, like, I think it's okay. Could melt you as well, but... Because it's upgraded, we don't, like, just lose by drawing it on a turn in which we can't play it. We are generating 4 lightning every time we get hit at all, which is pretty slick. We might be able to make it out of this. You're going to hit me for like 60. That's going to be the nasty part. Yeah, 58. That's something that's hard for us to deal with. for a guy like me, that's pretty tough. All right, you got me. You got me. I really think that on this one, I mean, the potions were doing work for us, but we would have been better off taking Sozu, I think. I think I got in my own head about it's more elegant to not take an energy relic and just build a better deck instead. I would love a random rare relic. Okay, Dead Branch. I don't really know how to think about Dead Branch for the most part. But I guess, like, whenever you exhaust a card, add a random card into your hand. Of course, I've used it before. I don't know, like, it seems like... Hang on. This is enough, right? It seems like it's hard to use it strategically because you're drawing random cards. But I guess, like, let's lean into it for now. Let's lean into it. I think early on... Despite how expensive it is, I think having a Dark Orb would be mighty helpful. Something that allows us to really output a lot of damage. And then let's see what we're working with here, okay? Because to dual cast this might make some of the bosses like a little bit more trivial. Okay, well this is like an incredible synergy. If we could just get that to happen every time, we'd be pretty stoked. We don't really need a scrape before we have the cards that enable the scrape. So I'll take a charge battery and be thankful for it, for the record. Let's transform a defend into a compile. I'd say that's pretty nice. That's like a dream come true. This will give us a power and a random card for the cost of 0, which seems pretty amazing. Yeah? Yeah? I don't think we want to play it, but I appreciate buffer at least, even if we're going to use it immediately. There's not much point to playing this, but that's okay. So this is a little more interesting. See, we're not starting with 80 HP, but no other benefits. Like, this feels like some real game right here. Nice hits. Would have been nice to kill you, which is not going to happen, but... I'm gonna pop that. What's our last card? Strike. I want to get to the point where a dual cast allows us to kill 2 enemies. And we're not far off. You're gonna get strong enough next turn. If we get a dual cast on our next turn, we're popping. This, I forgot also, dazes make Dead Branch go crazy. So I could evoke 1, but I would really rather not evoke 1 if I can avoid it. I can kill you by evoking, so we might as well start working on you. But now it'll kill you by evoking, which is probably fine. We don't really need to pop the focus. You could pop the focus, then you could chill, and that way we at least have basically enough block. But again, we gotta find a way to do the damage, and our deck is not really built for that yet, but it could get there at some point. We basically have enough blade. This, we definitely have enough block if we do that. This one, it just might be a little bit more puzzling for a guy like me to figure it out, but we'll do what we can. I should always wait to see what Dead Branch is going to give us, too. Okay, so that went totally fine, I think. Bag of Prep seems amazing. I don't really like Streamline, but I do like doing damage, so let's roll with that for now. And I'll raise the damage rather than upgrading a zap. I know it's a bit unusual for a guy like me. Ornamental Fan, and then probably I'd go for the cheap zap. Evoking Orbs feels fun, feels nice. It seems pretty good. We're gonna need the Darkness Orb. Right? I feel like we're gonna need the Darkness Orb. Sorry to Streamline. I just feel like that's the sort of thing that's gonna be like a guaranteed necessity to kill this guy before he kills me. And maybe having a Darkness Orb out there actually gives us more ability to block. Although I'm realizing now I'm gonna evoke it too early, because I can't not evoke it too early because of Static Discharge, which is a bit of a bummer. In that case, let's evoke it right away. I still think we've got you. We've definitely got you. And we don't even have to use a potion to finesse it, but... I think it's... I'm happy to have all the relics we've got, I guess, is the way I'm looking at it right now. And it's kind of like a beam cell run, but cool-headed... Whoops. That was close. Cool-headed, it rarely do you look at this as, like, I guess the reason you lose a run. Especially if we can actually get some frickin' defrags. So, question becomes, do we play this? Yes. Because then this kills you. Interesting. I'll take another. Our deck's pretty thin, man. Which is, I mean that in a positive way here, for sure. I don't think we need a Darkness Orb. I think we need to not take damage and rely on your Lightning Orbs and your dual casts when they show up. That's pretty sick. Oh, we're going to avoid the debuff anyway? You're too good to me? I think I did this in the wrong order. We're going to be fine, but I think I did it in the wrong order. Huge. I love genetic algorithm. Ended exhaust, which might be like a dead branch situation. And I don't think it's too late. Let's draw. I'll just strike in genetic algorithm. Right. Always wait and see what you get out of your dead branch. Old habits die hard. Pays for itself. So I guess there was no reason to have played it in the first place. That's okay. Streamline me. Dual cast me. Who's our boss? Good boss to have an explosive potion on at least. What do you think? I think I could get down with an upgraded rainbow. I have a few too many cards that are like a little too expensive, but hopefully we get an energy relic and then we're off to the races, man. Right? Right? Let's get Streamline going. We're in the luxurious position where they're like not attacking on turn 1, so we can slow play it a little bit. Now, we probably are going to need to put up some block. But I find it hard not to play a Darkness Orb. We could really play around Ornamental Fan as well. I might be leaving some stuff on the table there by not playing around it. Okay, we're going to break you this turn. It's the right time. Like, we just have a kind of a miraculous draw. And I'll just do it the easy way. A Hyper Beam basically finishes the job. This is a little bit out of the pocket for me. Like, this is a little non-traditional. Huge gameplay. But it's working, man. Now, you might say glibly, I might add. You might say, NL, this is not that different than what you're used to. You got a lot of cards you tend to pop all the time. Yeah, but there's only like, 80 cards in the game as the defects, so I gotta do something. I mean, you already know what I'm gonna say. I think they're all good. I would be happy to add a Core Surge. Bias Cognition, maybe, if I had a Core Surge in advance, I'd be happier to add it. Or if I had the pellets, I'd be happier to add it. But I think it's Echo Form's world, man, and we're just living in it. We just need, hopefully, like an energy relic. I do think Transform actually goes better here because of we don't have upgraded strikes. But listen, there's a lot of enemies that will burn you for giving them 1 extra strength. I'm just going to ask them not to. Okay, these are the worst ones. That's definitely true. But there's stuff that can be done. We're lucky enough to have potions that give us a lot of extra energy. So I can easily... Oh, we should definitely play this instead. I can easily slow one of you down, turbo myself. You're doing 12 damage. Let's block that. Let's get you closer to death. It's kind of crazy to me how, like, I never think I like turbo, but every time it shows up off of Dead Branch, I'm like, yes! Turbo! It's, again, kind of a spooky situation. I don't think we can play Echo Form. I think our turn looks more like this first. Like, this might get a kill, but I really just like playing that to scale it in the future. I'm sorry if this offends you. Let's throw one of these down here. And then weaken you and play a defense. And let's... Okay, I was hoping you'd get hit, but I guess you're only 4 damage, so what do we care? Did it literally, like, replace itself when it exhausted? That's kind of sick, man. That's some nasty work. Appreciate it, boss. Okay. That's the enemy that I think is, like, most nightmarish for us. Dude, I'm taking turbo, and then the voids exhaust and become other cards. I think we need the energy. We kind of... I don't want to say we learned our lesson, because, like, maybe we learned the wrong lesson. But, like, I feel like I learned my lesson off of that. So we'll definitely play it. See what you get. Us not having any other, like, exhaustibles is driving me crazy here. Sure, I could play this, but we don't get enough out of it, which is kind of insane. I'm gonna play Turbo anyway. It's just a matter of, like... What are we drawing? And it's not good. It's not looking great. We don't really need capacitor. I didn't even notice ornamental fan. I'm glad I lucked into it accidentally. You start there. I really wanted you to die. If I play this, you're not... Well, you could die. It's either that or 2 defends. You hit the wrong dude! 3 times in a row you hit the wrong dude. Go back to school. Okay, we're running into issues. That much is doubtless. Recursion fits the game plan right now. Lantern seems very... This is a big shop. I can tell you right away. Lantern seems important. Defrag seems important. Removing basic strikes. Normally, lately at least, I'm a defend remover. Here, I think I'm a strike remover. I like the idea of Ritual Dagger, but I also like the idea of not losing all my HP. I don't really like the idea of Decay, but we'll remove it later. I think we have to rest, though it burns me out, or bums me out a little bit. 75 gold to remove our curse. Like, we're in the spin cycle right now, and I didn't want to have to face you, but here we are. 16 damage, huh? Definitely. That's enough. Decent first turn, and the Darkness Orb has to do work for us. Defrag. Cool-headed. You have to play an Echo Form at some point. This is Echo Form, Block Potion type situation. And let's put the Darkness Orb at the back so it's ready to go. Yeah, we take 9 damage. That's not the end of the world. This is where things have to start hitting. It's the worst draw I've ever seen in my life. They did hook us up a little bit. Another Echo Form. I mean, this is horrendous. This is god-awful. I want to keep this Darkness Orb going. That's why I didn't play the what is it called? Thundercloud? Tempest. That's why I didn't play Tempest for value. Okay, you're doing a ton of damage. I think it's got to be that. Right, first 3 cards maybe are gonna double up. Let's hope. How much damage you taking? 7? We can live through this. We can live through this. It's so doable. I'm in trouble, y'all. Double up on your Turbo first. Then double up on your Sunder. I think we just died. But I don't know if there was any save in that on that one. That's going to have to do it for this episode. It's the first... It pains me. We didn't even make it out of Act 2 here. First run, it was a bit of a mess. Second run, I think being forced down this elite path ended up being a bad situation. But hey, you know what? We come back tomorrow. That's why Slay the Spire is so engaging. You don't just win every run, taking whatever cards you want. If you enjoyed it, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future, and I'll see you next time. See ya!